Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. This is the channel where I review anything and everything. If I need it, I'll buy it, I'll use it, and I will review it. And today we have for us a full review of a pulley system that I purchased more than a month ago. I got this system right here from Amazon from a company called XonyIcos or XonyIcos. There will be a full description on the description box below, so please check that out. Now, how has this system or this equipment performed for more than 1 month of consistent use? Let's take a look at it. As you can see here, I have the tricep rope hanging right here, the rope right here. Also, there's two of this rope or wire that came, and I'll show you the other one in a minute. And of course, the pulley is up there that is attached by a carabiner and a strap. Now down here, this is actually 160 pounds, right? This pulley system is rated to be able to handle 280 pounds, but at 160 pounds, I could not pick that up. I tried to see if I could test the limit of this pulley system, but at 160, man, I can't pick it up. When I was doing my workout, I'm only at 90, maybe 120, right? 120 below. So far, that's all I can handle for now. I'm still trying to get my strength up. All right, so let's go over to this side right here, and here is what comes in the package. Of course, the long bar right here, the tricep bar. The other one is the tricep rope chain also that came with it, and this is the second rope right here and the second pulley that came. This is plastic right here, right? This is metal, that's metal. The only plastic here is this roller thingy where the rope goes in. And also, this is the sleeve, the loading sleeve. I was using this at the beginning, but then towards the end I took it out because it was getting annoying, right? And here's a key. There's a little key that come with this one. Is this one right here, right? And this one is what you use to tighten this to the loading pin. But then for whatever reason, when I would tighten it, it would get bulky, right? And it was difficult to put in and pull out the Olympic weights that I put in there. So I ended up not using it, just using the loading pin instead. Two straps came, one here, and of course 6 carabiners came. This one broke. It was not angled properly on the loading pin, and when I loaded up with heavy weights, that thing snapped. So be aware of that, right? 6 of this came. The other 3 is attached to the pulley system right now, and this one right here is supposed to tighten the clip that came to secure the weights on the loading pin right there, but I end up not using that either. Aside from using the tricep rope and the tricep bar right there, I also incorporated my curling bar, right? This is the old school curling bar. This is the one that holds the 1-inch plates, right? So what I did is I just used the other strap, because there's 2 straps that came with this pulley system. I used that other strap right there, and I just loop my curling bar inside it. So now I can have a wide grip, right, to do my back workout. This is the wide grip, and then the neutral grip, and of course I can just reverse my hand doing this way. It also targets the tricep doing it this way, wide grip and closer grip right there, or neutral grip I should say. So actually that's working out pretty good. And using a curling bar like that, right, even if you have an Olympic curling bar, you could also use it that way, and it definitely does improve how much weight you can pull, right? So that actually right there is a pretty good help for me. One thing to be aware of when you're using the carabiner here is that you want to make sure that it is properly placed on this loading pin right here, right? What happened to this one is that it snapped, and the reason why is because when I put it on the loading pin right here, it was hanging onto the weak point of the carabiner, right? And I had heavy weights here, so when I pulled it up, that thing snapped. So just for safety purposes, you want to take a look at, make sure that this area right here, the carabiner, whether it's on the loading pin or on the tricep rope or on the tricep bar or even on the pulley, that it is properly placed like that, because you don't want it to snap while you're doing your workout, right? You don't want to get hurt because of that. Now, there are two things that I noticed that's a negative so far since I've been using this pulley system, right? And one of them is this sleeve right here. Now, this is a plastic sleeve and the loading pin is metal. The plastic sleeve here, whenever I would load up heavy weights like a 45 pounds or 35 pounds, is that when I pull up or pull out those weights, the sleeve would come detached with it, and it just gets annoying. So what I did is I tighten it up. A pin actually comes, or a key, but key pin the same, right? But it is used to tighten up the sleeve into the loading pin, right? Now, for lighter weights, this would do just fine, but once you start to load up heavy weights like a 45 or 35 pounds, what end up happening is that this area right here, the top, somehow it bulged out, right? And you can probably see it right there, right? It bulged out right here, and as you can see, there's already some lines there, right? Those are the marks that my 35 and 45 pounds weight have done to this loading sleeve, because whenever I would load it, it would get stuck right here. It wouldn't go all the way down because this area right here bulged up. And the same thing also, right? I would loosen that, put the 35 or 45 pounds, and when I pull it out, it wouldn't come off, right after I tighten that up. So that's one negative that I noticed about this particular brand. So what I end up doing is I just end up not using the sleeve, right? Which is fine, because the bottom area right here is wide enough so that it can hold my Olympic weights. This right here has all kinds of scratches, but that is to be expected. But when it comes to sturdiness, right, this is one is still pretty solid. It's still pretty sturdy like that, and I think the wheel here is going to hold. This particular unit is rated for 280 pounds, so that is very heavy, and that should do just fine. So that's one negative I found about it, is the loading sleeve, which there's a work around it, which is don't use the loading sleeve. And another negative, the second negative that I noticed about this product is the carabiner, right? This is about 3 inches from this edge to this edge, and I wish it has a little bit bigger, right? I wish that this area right here would be a little bit wider. The reason why is because when you are loading it, you see that my finger is in the way, and I'll have to move my finger, slide it down right here, right? But when it comes here, it closes, right? So like that. See, my finger is in the way. If it was a little bit bigger, it would be a lot easier, right? So what I end up doing is I would have to press it just like this, right? And do that, which is also annoying, because when I take it out, it does that also, right? So again, I wish this carabiner is a little bit wider and bigger, right? Because every time I want to put it on something, my finger is in the way, putting it and pulling it out. See, as you can see that. But it is, it is doable, right? Maybe it just needs to be for me to get used to it, right? But if if you are already in a fatigue mode because you're trying to get your workout down and you're trying not to give your body as much rest as possible, this really right here gets annoying, right? It gets in the way. So that's probably the only two gripe I have: the loading pin, or the sleeve, the loading sleeve, and the carabiner right here. But other than that, everything is pretty good. I am very pleased with this purchase. I think it's worth the money that I paid for it. Here is the silent pulley, right? As you can see, I am toggling it, right? And it is silent, right? Both of these are still silent. Now, I did notice a creak when I'm loading up with heavy weights, but it's not concerning, right? It's not a creak that would tell you this plastic roller right here might snap or crack, right? I think that's just the normal sound that it would make because you're loading it up with heavy weights. Now, once again, this particular item right here, this product is rated for 280 pounds, right? And as you load up heavier and heavier, you can notice those sounds, right? Because it's putting more pressure on these things right here than before. So all of these still consistently used for more than a month. It's still doing a pretty good job, right? It's still pretty look brand new. The stitching on the strap right here, it's still intact. There is no tear or any rip that I notice on this strap on both of them, right? There's nothing there that would indicate this is probably from a crappy material, but nothing like that at all. So once again, I'm pretty pleased with this purchase, right? Would I buy this item again? Yes, I would buy this item again, but I will probably get a bigger, maybe in the future I'll get bigger carabiners, right? Maybe if I get used to this one, and then I won't have to. But if I don't, I'll probably just buy 6 more big carabiners. I'm pretty sure I'll have a use of these in the future one day. And the ropes here, the ropes also, there's no, I think it has that plastic, really heavy plastic coating on the wire rope right here, and as I'm feeling it, there's nothing that would indicate that it might be getting cut, right? Or there's no rip in it. The balls here, this one, right, it has scratches, but there's no cracks. Right, it's still in pretty good condition. So I think this will last a very long time as I am using it. And of course, the chain here, I rarely use this chain, but I'll have use of it. I have plans to use it for this, for this system, but with a different workout. So I think that's it for this full review, everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to put that on the comment below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible with the answer. For now, thank you so much once again for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.